Once upon a time, in a magical garden filled with talking plants and animals, there was an arrogant rose named Ruby. Ruby stood tall with her crimson petals, always boasting about her beauty. She believed she was the fairest in the garden and often ridiculed anyone she found less attractive. One sunny morning, a new resident moved into a pond near the garden. It was an ugly duckling named Dominic. With his scruffy feathers and awkward waddle, Dominic felt shy in his new environment. He kept to himself, feeling like he never belonged. Ruby, noticing Dominic's arrival, couldn't resist making fun of him. "Oh, look at that mess up, such an eyesore in our beautiful garden," Ruby said with a disdainful laugh. Dominic's heart sank, but he stayed silent, too embarrassed to respond. Over the next few days, Ruby continued to mock Dominic whenever she saw him. "You're too ugly for this garden, maybe you should just hide in the pond," she sneered. One afternoon, when a sudden storm approached, heavy winds battered the garden. Ruby, with her proud demeanor, didn't think twice about seeking shelter. The wind grew stronger, and soon Ruby found herself struggling to stay upright. Dominic, who had learned to deal with storms, quickly waddled to a safe spot under a sturdy tree. As the weather worsened, the wind snapped Ruby's stem, and she was blown away, far from the garden. Ruby lay on the ground, defeated and lost. Her once vibrant petals were now dirty and torn. Hours seemed like days as she lay there, reflecting on how she had treated others. Meanwhile, Dominic noticed Ruby's absence and grew concerned. Despite the unkind words she had spoken, he couldn't help but worry. Summoning all his courage, he ventured out into the storm's aftermath to search for her. After some time, he found Ruby, now a wilted version of her former self. "Ruby, are you okay?" Dominic asked softly. Ruby, too weak to respond, was moved by his kindness. With great effort, Dominic carried her back to the garden. The other plants and animals, having seen Dominic's brave act, acknowledged their mistake in ignoring Ruby's behavior. Together, they worked to replant Ruby, nurturing her back to health. Ruby blossomed once more, but this time, she was different. She no longer ridiculed others. Instead, she offered compliments and showed kindness. As time passed, Ruby and Dominic became best friends. Ruby learned that true beauty lies within, and Dominic grew into a handsome swan, admired by all. Their friendship transformed the garden into a place of love and acceptance, where no one felt out of place no matter how they looked. And so, the magical garden thrived, knowing that kindness and friendship were its true essence.